Round of applause for them. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I now ask that you stand for the playing of our national anthem by Mr. Javier Colon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation by Air Force Chaplain Lieutenant Colonel Eric Wismar.
I invite you to join together with me for an opening word of prayer. Almighty God, you who are the great sustainer, as we proclaim in our state motto, qui transtulit sustenent, we thank you for having sustained our beloved state and blessed us with good government and good governors, from Governor Trumbull, our first, to Governor Lamont today. Lord, the people of Connecticut have chosen Governor Ned Lamont once again for this high office and honor. Be with him and all who have been set in positions of authority among us, that, guided by your Spirit, they may be high in purpose, wise in counsel, firm in good resolution, and unwavering in duty, and that under them we may be governed justly and well. Along with our state motto, our state seal also depicts 3 grapevines to remind us that you, Lord God, have given us a goodly and bountiful land as our heritage. Grant that we remember your generosity and bless us still further with honest industry, truthful education, and an honorable way of life. Keep us from becoming a people of discord and confusion, of pride and arrogance, and make us united in accordance with your good and gracious will. When times are prosperous, may the governors and each of our hearts be thankful. And in times of trouble, may our trust in you never fail. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, Attorney General William Tong will now be sworn in by U.S. Attorney Vanessa Avery.
Mr. Attorney General, you have led the state of Connecticut well as its chief law enforcement officer, and it is my great honor and privilege to administer the oath of office to you for your second term of office.
Thank you, Madam United States Attorney.
Now that you have raised your right hand, please acknowledge that you do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, so long as you continue to be a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to the law, the duties of the office of the Attorney General to the best of your abilities. So help you God.
I will. I'm first, so I'm working it out. Good morning. Let me just say a few quick words. I want to express how grateful I am that we are here together today after these 3 long years of this pandemic. I want to acknowledge the people that aren't with us today and that we've lost to this terrible disease. And let me thank the governor and the lieutenant governor for keeping us safe and healthy during this very difficult period. Let me thank the people of this state for giving me the opportunity for the last 4 years to fight for you and your families every single day, and I can only promise that we are going to fight even harder over the next 4. Let me thank my staff, who are incredible, led by the Deputy Attorney General, Peggy Chappell. She will be retiring after more than 30 years of great service to the state, and I have appointed Eileen Meskel as the next Deputy Attorney General, and we will be in good hands with Eileen moving forward. So thank you to everyone in the Office of the Attorney General. Let me just close with a word of thanks to my family. For anybody that served in any office, you know that it's not just the person who runs for office and stands for election. Families serve. Families serve in public service. I would not be here without my wonderful, dedicated, talented wife, Elizabeth Hotchkiss Tong. Please give her a round of applause. My kids, Eleanor, Penelope, and Sasha. And if I may, please, Mom and Dad, Nancy and Addie Tong, please stand. They have made such incredible sacrifices. Incredible sacrifices so that I could be here today. So thank you all very much. God bless you, and God bless the great state of Connecticut. Thank you so much.
Comptroller-elect Sean Scanlon will now be sworn in by U.S. Senator Chris Murphy.
Please raise your right hand. Do you, Sean M. Scanlon, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties of the office of Comptroller of the State of Connecticut to the best of your abilities. So help you God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Well, that went well. Very brief remarks. When I was standing backstage with my wife, the thing that came to mind for me was awesome, and I don't mean that in the sense that we say colloquially now of cool. I mean that this is awe-inspiring for me, for my family, for all of us here today, because as divisive as our politics may be, as fractious as things may be, this is the beauty and essence of what we have always done in Connecticut and in this democracy, and it's awe-inspiring to see a room full of people so committed to service, who are so committed to the state, and who believe that the best days of Connecticut are ahead for his generation and all of us together, as I do, and as I am so excited to work on every day with the governor and this amazing team, and my son Jack, and all the people in Connecticut who believe in our hearts that this is the best state in the nation. God bless Connecticut. God bless all of you.
Treasurer-elect Eric Russell will now be sworn in by Supreme Court Justice Andrew McDonald.
Attorney Russell, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be, that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties of the office of Treasurer to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good morning. So early in life, my parents instilled in me the idea that through compassion and hard work and strong values, my opportunities were boundless and that I could help shape the world around me, making it a better, fairer place. Mom, Dad, thank you for that. I wouldn't be here without you. To my brother Christian and my sister Alicia, thank you for always being there for me. And to my husband Chris, thank you for your love and patience and unwavering support always. To everyone who has helped me in my professional career and throughout my campaign, I am forever grateful. And to, most importantly, the people of the state of Connecticut, you have my absolute commitment that I will work every day to shape this state in a way that represents our values and that also reflects our limitless opportunity as a state. And so I'm truly humbled and honored to be state treasurer, and I look forward to working alongside all of you to continue to make our state a better place every day. Thank you so much.
Secretary of State-elect Stephanie Thomas will now be sworn in by Mr. Rick McQuaid.
Madam Secretary, this is awesome. Can you raise your right hand? Do you, Stephanie Thomas, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties of the office of the Secretary of the State to the best of your ability, so help you God.
I do. This is awesome, and I'll say it in the way we mean it. It is an honor to stand here today on the shoulders of so many great female leaders, black leaders, people of color, without whom I literally could not be here today. I'd like to thank my husband, Greg. My mom is here. Thanks for making the trip. And all of my other family who are here and friends who have supported me throughout my entire life. Thank you. It is not forgotten. And I'd like to thank the people of Connecticut for the vote of confidence to put me in this position. I am inspired and I'm excited about all that is possible and all to come, and I look forward to working for you throughout the next 4 days. Today's day one. I'm ready to get it done. Thank you.
Lieutenant Governor Susan Weissowitz will now be sworn in by her husband, David Donaldson.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties of the office of Lieutenant Governor to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
I do.
Today is a celebration of democracy, a celebration of freedom to speak as we choose, to worship as we choose, to elect our leaders. And we have this great freedom and privilege because more than 1 million Americans gave their lives since the dawn of this country in service to our military. So I'd like to ask all of our veterans to stand so we can say thank you to them. And so today I'd like to acknowledge and thank 2 veterans in my family that have inspired me. My dad, who passed away in 2019, just a few days after I was first elected. He was a bombardier in World War II. He served in the European theater, and he died just short of his 97th birthday. Thank you, Dad. And I'd like to acknowledge my Aunt Mary, who turned 101 6 months ago. She served in the United States Coast Guard in World War II. And Aunt Mary, thank you for your service, and I hope to take the fighting spirit that my dad and my aunts and my family has instilled with me to fighting for equality and opportunity for everyone in our beautiful state. And finally, I want to acknowledge 2 women who served before me, and after me. Nancy Wyman, those are very tall shoes that I still hope to fill every day. And Secretary Merrill, thank you so much for your contributions. And thank you finally to Anna Grace Academy. It is named in honor of some of the children killed at Sandy Hook, and that academy and every student in it is a reminder that love always wins. Thank you so much.
Ages need shape. So we was both doing our things, but we was together.
Got it. This is a great exercise for you to be able to practice what we talked about, of doing the work to get y'all closer.
This is a special report from Fox 61 News.
And good afternoon. We are breaking into programming for some breaking news as Governor Lamont is being officially sworn in for a second term. Good afternoon. I'm Tim Lammers.
And America Arias, thanks for being with us. Right now, we want to take you over to the State Armory in Hartford, where Governor Lamont is set to be sworn in. Let's listen in.
Ready?
Ready.
Do you, Edward Minor Lamont, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge according to law the duties of the office of governor to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
I do, Chase.
Congratulations.
Pretty good the second time around, too. And I love the majesty of this board now than ever. To the Anna Grace, thank you for what you did. And Javier, it's beautiful. Appreciate that. It's inspiring. To the Guard, General Yvonne, thank you for inviting us into the Armory where it happens. The Guard has been extraordinary. When he was talking about this last 3 years, doing everything from Djibouti to building field hospitals here and making this available to us. The Foot Guard and the Horse Guard, thank you. You've been protecting governors ever since we used to commute between New Haven and Hartford, our two capitals, before we could make up our mind. I think for me right now, this ceremony means even more. And I look what's going on in Washington over the last couple of years and over the last couple of days, and it just reminds you that pay attention to democracy and celebrate when we get it right. And part of democracy is the regular transition of power, and that's what we've been doing here today. And it's the one time I'm really glad that we are the land of steady habits, and people can see that we know how to respect that transition. And you got to work at it every day. I mean, Stephanie Thomas, we sure know what a Secretary of State does these days. And, you know, what you're going to do in terms of early voting and making that reality for people. We saw what absentee voting means. I think we think a little bit about ranked choice voting, which maybe is some way that we can take some of the sting out of politics and bring some of the decency back to public service. And smooth transitions in a functioning democracy is keeping your commitments as well. And our Treasurer, Eric Russell, is doing everything, managing state pensions, to make sure we keep our commitments to the amazing state employees and teachers who have toiled every day their lives here for the state of Connecticut and toiled right through COVID, and make sure that pension is there for them. Eric, that's a heavy responsibility. Right behind him, Sean Scanlon, our controller, you know, following in footsteps, doing everything we can. We learned through COVID that we want to make sure that health care is available for everybody. And Sean's going to be taking the lead to make sure it's more affordable and more accessible so nobody goes without coverage. That's a pledge we make for the state of Connecticut, and what a difference it will make. I didn't forget you, William.
I think this last few years reminds you, we need the Attorney General. We need the Supremes. We need more than ever. Things bent, but they didn't break. And I think that says a lot for our country. And, right here, every day, like you have to fight for democracy, you also have to fight for your freedoms. There's those that want to take away our freedom to love who we want to love and marry who we want to marry and have a baby when we want to have a baby. And I can tell you that William Tong, as our Attorney General, has been standing up every day and fighting for these are not just Connecticut values. These are American values. And I know that Dick Blumenthal and Chris Murphy and our amazing federal delegation are going to be doing everything we can at the federal level to make sure these rights are taken care of, just like Chris Dodd used to. Hey, Chris. I want to say to my friend and political partner, Susan Beitzwitz, who gives me advice every day, often with this as we're closing, what will this mean to the girls? How will this impact the girls? It just reminds me that if every girl doesn't live up to her full potential, Connecticut doesn't live up to its full potential. America doesn't live up to its full potential. And that's what we do in case of the girls and everybody. Nobody's left behind. That's what we're reminded of every day. And we all have these goals. John Lennon, saying, imagine. But he also said something that I think all governors, and I know Dan Malloy knows this better than everybody, life is sometimes what happens to you while you're making other plans. Life is sometimes what happens when you're making other plans. It could be a knee-knocking recession. It could be a horrible shooting tragedy. It could be a pandemic. And, our job as governors is to get through it, think about Connecticut as our family, and work together as one. And also never take your eye off the North Star. And our North Star for Connecticut and our country is growth and opportunity. It's growth and opportunity. And I think opportunity starts with those kids and giving them the very, very best head start in life. That's why education is so key. That's why I'm so glad that our very own Miguel Cardona is back in the room. President Biden stole him away from us so he could do for the kids all across the country what he did for the kids here in Connecticut. And we're just getting started. I think you'll be back. So with that, I've got to tell you, I've got a pretty busy day coming up. Off to the State of the State, if you want that. Then Secretary Buttigieg, formerly known as Mayor Pete, said, I'm coming to the Gold Star Bridge. You may want to come. I said, can you do it any other day? It said it's $160 million. I said, I'm there. But more importantly, I want to thank the people of Connecticut for giving Annie and me this opportunity. I cannot do anything without my wife. I can't do anything without my family. I think that keeps you grounded in life, keeps you grounded during what has been some really complicated times. And I think of each and every one of you as my greater family, and I love the opportunity to serve the state I love. Take care, everybody.
All right, and now the 89th governor of Connecticut, Ned Lamont, sworn in for his second term.
And we're going to hear more from him in just a few minutes when Governor Lamont is expected to deliver his State of the State address from the House chamber at the Connecticut Capitol across the street from the Armory. That is coming up shortly. We will bring it to you when it happens. So stay with us and have a nice afternoon.